So I'm Joanne Freta, and I'm a first grade teacher in Campbell Union School District and the garden coordinator at our school. And I also volunteer as a workday leader at Veggielution in San Jose. It's a community farm. So my point is I know quite a bit about growing things, but when it came to educating our faculty and getting people involved in the garden, I was just failing miserably. So that's where Whitney and Life Lab came in. I called them to come and rescue us, and I'm going to tell you like a short before and after story of how Whitney is just how she brought our school garden to life. So a few years ago, our school received a grant, and parent volunteers built our old garden from the ground up. They redesigned it, and I don't want to forget anything, so I'll just read it. We built irrigated raised beds for the teachers, shared beds for growing seasonal crops like peas, pumpkins, and strawberries. We added a greenhouse and an orchard, a kiwi tunnel and a blueberry patch, a butterfly garden and a native garden, a seating area, whiteboard, tables for doing projects. We stocked the shed with all kinds of tools and equipment and materials for teaching and seeds, and yet almost no one came to the garden. And so with more grant money, I hired Whitney to come and do a workshop for 11 teachers. That was the most that the district would release at one time, and 13 community members or parent volunteers. So Whitney she created a custom made program for us that met our needs perfectly. We needed help in managing a classroom in the garden. We needed basic training in the garden. So she presented the liveliest, most hands-on program that you could imagine. And honestly, I've never seen the faculty as excited about a workshop as that day that Whitney was there. So she taught us all kinds of open-ended activities and management tools. She taught us how to lead investigation and discovery in the garden. Like, we can be kind of anal about how, it has to go just this way. And she taught us like the joy of failure and learning from your failures. So honestly, it was great. So what happened in the months after the workshop? Well, my classroom backs up to the school garden, and I see a steady stream of classrooms going into the garden with their teachers all day long. And the teachers were so excited about what they'd learned that the very next day they made all the materials they needed to do the lessons that they'd learned, and they started bringing their kids out to the garden right away. So now our greenhouse is always full of little seedlings. She taught us how to make pots out of newspaper and other things. So we always have seedlings that are ready to go into the garden. Let's see. Well, I wanted to say that our special day classes are among the most frequent visitors now. One of the special day teachers was there, and she just lit a fire in the department, and now all the special day classes go out there. And they came to us, and the first thing they wanted to know was, could we widen the pathway through the orchard so that kids in wheelchairs could get in? And so that's the next thing we're going to do, and also build raised beds that are more friendly to kids in wheelchairs. So Whitney also taught us how to do worm composting, and we now have a school-wide worm composting program where we collect all the scraps from the school cafeteria and take them out to the garden. The kids are excited about that. And we're just thrilled with the changes that have taken place since Whitney came and taught us how to use the garden. And it just turns out that you just get the teachers out there. There were teachers in my school who actually hadn't been in the garden. You just get them out there and let nature take its course. and work its magic. And so that's what's happened. Thank you.